Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Lastly, Deontay Wilder is not that much heavier than you are.
Man, don't take weights as anything. Weight don't mean nothing, and I learned that from the first fight with David. Deontay Wilder weighed 15 stone 9 pounds. When he weighed in at that weight, Eddie Hearn texted me and said, "Tone, come on. Deontay Wilder is only 15 stone 9 pounds." You know what my reaction was? You fucking fight him then.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want. I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot
Productions
to get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it.
Well, it's like this. It's wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. ThaBoxingvoice.com to get to where I got to. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, fight fans from all over the globe, across the pond. You guys are welcome as well. We're back with another one. Weekday morning show. It's 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. West Coast, 2 p.m. UK time. We got Montana Love, the red hot prospect, on at 9:30, and we're still waiting on that Joe Smith, man. There was some issues. You know, we had a little storm out here, so we don't know. Hopefully we could get him on, but we're going to be talking a little heavyweight boxing once again. Tony Bellew in the headlines and making waves for sure, saying that Deontay Wilder is the worst champion of all time. And he goes into detail, talks about the technical skill of Deontay, and we'll go into detail a little bit later. But first, you know the number to call in, and if you don't, here it is, 1-425-569-5241. Press one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. If you're just joining, don't be a hater. Don't shoplift. Hit that thumbs up button. It's absolutely free, and it shows that you appreciate it, even though you may not like me. I know there's a few of you in that chat. But yeah, man, let's get on out to it and get this thing started.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Two attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. Two to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody out there in the TBV universe. What's going on, people? Yeah, man, Tony Bellew, bro. These guys always want to talk that shit, but when you address the situation or when you address them, niggas never seem like they have the same energy. But who knows, man? Tony Bellew feels like Deontay Wilder is the worst champion of all time with his technical skills and technical ability. We'll break it down. We'll get into, and I got a couple clips from Tony Bellew that I want to play. So, what's going on, Ron G?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Antonio Guerrero. I've been through all the eras, and I still been telling.
You do too much talk. The thing is that
People want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Good morning, everybody. So we got a nice little juicy topic. Tony Bellew trashes Deontay Wilder and labels him the worst champ of all time. And when you think about that, there's many things that you can kind of assess. Is it Tony Bellew saying his resume? Is he saying his technique? Is he saying by any chance just in general? I mean, we can go down the history line and compare it to guys like Leon Spinks. We can go down and compare it to, Primo. But from that point, we're going to go into the depths and kind of figure out, was this just an attack towards Deontay Wilder, or was this an honest, genuine assessment? And we'll debate it on the show. We'll pass this ball to my boy Khan.
Khan, what up?
Yo, guys, we're back with another one. Yeah, Tony Bellew's got a lot to say about Deontay Wilder. Is it coming from a place where he's actually speaking facts, or is he showing some hate towards Wilder? Because we do know that I believe he was asked if he would ever fight Wilder, and I think Ness played the clip, and he said he most definitely wouldn't. He'd stay away from him. He wouldn't move up, or he wouldn't go to heavyweight to fight Wilder. So it's quite interesting.
Hey, hold on, Ness. I'm sorry, Ness. Play that first clip that I sent you. That might be a little bit more enticing to see who Tony Bellew really is.
Or
I mean, he just cut off my introduction. It's all good.
You mean you want to see his flip flopping? And Khan is right. He did cut off his introduction. And
it's all good. It's all good.
Khan, finish up.
No, it's all good. I was done anyway. But yeah, I was gonna say, is it coming from hate, or has Tony Bellew just contradicted himself, or is he actually speaking facts? So let's discuss it.
Hate, such a strong word. But Mike was he wanted this really bad. Let's give it to him.
You trading non-stop?
Yeah, that's all.
You're fucking nuts, you are.
No fucking mate, I'm gonna fight that Wilder. Alabama pussy, mate, I'll fight him. Pussy from Alabama.
Round, I was like, what's he doing?
So, Mike, you wanted us to hear him say, I'll fight him. That pussy from Alabama, I'll fight him.
Yeah, man, and you kind of played them in the wrong order, but it is what it is. But look here, man, I just don't like when guys flip-flop. If I'm a pussy back then, I'm a pussy when you beat David Haye. You wanted that smoke then, but when you met me, I don't really want the smoke. And now you come out a year later and say that I'm the worst champion of all time, bro. Just like, if you want the smoke, you know what I'm saying, keep the smoke. Don't change the energy like when I go back to America. You had plenty of time to say how you felt in my face, but now it just seems like he's I don't know, he's been a AJ protector. That's what it seems like. Yeah, AJ protector.
How is he protecting AJ with this? I didn't hear him saying, "Oh, AJ doesn't need to fight Wilder, man.
That's his guy."
He's also not saying AJ is the greatest champion and therefore doesn't need to fight Wilder because he's the worst champion. He's just simply giving his opinion.
He's putting down another guy in my opinion, because I know Tony Bellew and AJ are like good partners, good lads, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just don't. I'm not a fan of the taking shots when you had an opportunity. That's my opinion. If you felt like I was that bad and that not as good technically as everybody else, then why did you fight me? Why did you not want the sauce when everything was right here and you were still active? That's all I'm saying.
Well, look, my whole thing is, from the knowledge of heavyweights that you guys know, I mean, would you be able to place someone over Deontay Wilder off the top of your head, like as a champion that was worse than Deontay Wilder?
Was Joseph Parker a better champion, or does Bellew give him more credit for losing to Joshua and Dillian White or remaining undefeated? I mean, which is it?
I mean, when you look at it from a technical point of view, which in the article he did say technically he is the worst heavyweight of all time. I don't know if I haven't seen all heavyweights from all time to make that.
Worst champion of all time. Technically the worst champion of all time.
Technically,
yes,
yeah. Okay.
Yes, worst champion.
Could you argue that technically Joseph Parker is a better fighter than Deontay Wilder?
I mean, you can also argue that Rocky Marciano was a very ugly fighter. I mean, you can distinguish him as fighting ugly. Rocky Marciano was everything that it was the complete opposite what you want from a heavyweight champion. You know, how he was able to go about fighting. He was always getting hits. He didn't have the most technique. His punches was very wide. And Rocky Marciano, sure enough, became the guy who would end up becoming undefeated and struggled with a lot of older guys. But at that point, he still gets praised because he got the job done, opposed to guys maybe like Leon Spinks, who granted beat Muhammad Ali, who went to retirement, never really was able to prosper and do anything outside of that particular quote unquote win, which was not the Muhammad Ali that we all thought. The Muhammad Ali that had tons of questionable losses to Ken Norton, and sure enough would come back later and had one of the worst comebacks in any type of boxing career. And when he went back and fought Larry Holmes, so Leon Spinks went and lost his title right after that. And sure enough, by the age of 25, he had unbelievably horrible amount of losses. And I think it was because of drug addictions and things like that, that Bob Arum would say. So, you know, I think when you go into look into Deontay Wilder as a whole, I think in history, there's a lot of other fighters that have done worse in every aspect that you can probably put Deontay Wilder in. But that's my honest opinion.
I mean, when I look at it from if I think about it just from a technical point of view, I think Wilder was kind of exposed against Fury because I think Fury figured him out. And I think when you look at it from an angle where when he fought Luis Ortiz was probably with Fury the most skilled fighter in the division, but they don't really have. He has heavy hands, but he doesn't have that knockout, that hard hitting knockout power like Wilder does. But I do believe that you see that Wilder struggles with people that can actually box. I think if people are just stood there to be hit and they just come into the ring and they're ready to be hit by Wilder, he can take them out within seconds. Tavern, he took them out in the first round. But when it comes to people that are technically gifted or know how to box, you can see that Wilder struggles with them because they're able to figure Wilder out. Fury got knocked down twice, but he figured Wilder out.
Akan, who's
Tavern
they?
champion?
Hold on. Who's they?
What do you mean?
You said you can tell when he fights a boxer, they are able to figure him out. So I thought
No. The technically skilled fighters are able to. I'm not saying they're able to stop him. They can figure him out. Fury figured him out. He wasn't able to stop Wilder. He didn't beat Wilder.
Use the word they. Use the word they.
Right.
It was more
Because
than
Lewis,
Fury.
more than one. Luis Ortiz nearly took him out too. I believe he kind of figured him out too. He got taken out by Wilder, but he figured out that Wilder's there to be hit.
One round figures you out.
No. Nes,
I don't hear anyone.
Luis Ortiz didn't win one round. He didn't win one round.
I don't hear anyone else talk about anything other than the 7th round.
I think most people would have said up until the knockout, Wilder was losing that fight.
How many times he got dropped in that fight? 4 or 5?
Twice? Didn't he? 3 twice? 3 times?
I don't know, Mike. You're the fanboy, Mike. How many times Luis Ortiz got dropped?
Twice.
I thought it was
twice.
Damn.
But Nes,
I guess I'm the fanboy. I thought
it was 3.
Oh, three times. That's
See, they cheating.
Twice in the final round.
I thought it was 3 times. I thought it was 3 times.
I thought it was 4. That's why I said 4 or 5.
It's 3.
No, but I'm sure he got dropped twice in one round. Did he not get dropped twice in one round?
Correct, he did. The final round, and then he got dropped in the like.
I don't know.
I
just wouldn't be on the same. I'm not driving in a Khan's car. There's no way I'm going to say that the Luis Ortiz and the Fury fight are comparable. They're totally different, and they look totally different. Fury won way more rounds. Luis Ortiz, again, highlight round was the 7th round. I don't see this if you want to say Gerald Washington or some guys won rounds, then we are putting Deontay Wilder on this Floyd Mayweather status, because when people punched Floyd, we oohed and ahed and said, oh, but Shane Mosley punched him. But it's like, yo, didn't he whitewash him for the other 10 rounds? Like, we hang on to these things. So it's like, if he's so technically bad, why is no one beating him?
No, but that's because even though I would agree, I do believe he's technically a bad fighter. However, Wilder possesses something that none of the other top heavyweights or any of the heavyweights currently out there possess, which is he has that one punch knockout power, and it's a weapon.
Bellew said that is a one-trick pony.
100%, but he also said that one-trick pony works and has got him this far. So it's worked this far.
No.
So it's something that
he said. This man hits the lights when he throws the right hand. Actually, let me start from the beginning. He said, this man can't throw a proper combination. This man hits the lights when he throws the right hand. He is ultimately a one-trick pony. Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic trick, but it's just one. He's been exposed at the top level. Now, I just want to know who here doesn't think Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua, and who here didn't think Tyson Fury beat Anthony Joshua before the Wilder fight?
I think Tyson Fury could beat Anthony Joshua on points, but I think Anthony Joshua knocks out Tyson Fury.
That doesn't make sense. Do you think Tyson can beat him or not? Like, you're trying to give two answers.
Tyson, no.
Badge. Don't worry about the badge to protect AJ. We know
there's no badge to protect. I'm just saying to you, on points, Fury could win on points, but AJ could knock him out. It's like you saying, do you think Wilder could beat Fury or could Fury beat Wilder?
Akan, but your love for AJ forced you to give two answers. That wasn't the question.
How?
Because the question was, can Fury beat AJ? Now,
the question you just asked me.
It's fine. I'm just pointing out your love for.
No. All I'm trying to explain to you is that if you ask me that question, saying before Wilder and Fury had fought, can Wilder beat Fury? Yes, Wilder could knock Fury out, which he nearly did. He nearly did. Can Fury beat Wilder? Yes, he beat him on points.
I just don't recall asking your opinion of AJ being able to beat Fury, but that's fine. I mean, you wanted to put it out there. You wanted to make sure that
I thought you did ask the question.
You did ask the question.
You did ask that.
I said, can Fury beat AJ? I never asked, can AJ beat Fury? So he answered me saying, yeah, Fury can win on points, but AJ can knock him out. I was like, oh, I never asked that. Like,
it's a 50-50 fight, Nez. So it's a 50-50 fight. There's not a straight answer to it. It's a 50-50 fight.
No, I think it's straight. You just made it a little harder. Watch this. Ron, can Tyson Fury beat Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Okay. Hey, Mike, do you think that Tyson Fury can beat Anthony Joshua?
Of course. Anybody can beat anybody in the heavyweight division right now.
Oh,
thank you, Mike.
That's how you're prefacing it.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
So you're not basing it off the skill of Tyson Fury versus the style of Anthony Joshua? Like, because that's how we usually do style matchups. I mean, that's what it's called.
I'm just looking like, but it's all heavyweights, right? It's kind of different in heavyweight division. Like, the first big punch that lands is going to change the whole fight.
Well, Fury isn't known to change the whole fight with a big punch. So again, can Tyson Fury beat AJ?
I mean, you say that, but he was able to stop Christian Hammer, a fighter that Ortiz was not able to stop.
So is your answer yes, he can beat him, or are you answering like a con with two answers where you're saying everybody can beat everybody?
What I'm saying is, man, it's the style matchup, bro. Like, yes, Fury can go out there and outbox AJ to a 12-round decision and possibly even stop him. But AJ can do the exact same thing.
Oh, you think AJ can outbox Fury?
I think that's possible.
AJ, yes, absolutely.
I think we're in that era where everything is interchangeable.
Nez, let me ask you a question. Nez.
Oh,
can Wilder?
That's great. So outboxing Fury means like win a 12-round decision.
Yeah,
I think it's possible.
I believe possible.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible versus Fury.
Nez, let me ask you a question. Can Wilder outbox AJ?
Outbox? Nah.
Can he outbox AJ? He can't.
No.
Okay, so when the likes of Tony Bellew,
let's be clear. Wilder's not here to outbox anybody.
Okay, but when he goes to the 12th round, you know his team. If he was with AJ, fighting AJ, and say it's not ending and doesn't end in a knockout, you know once it hits the 12th round, he's lost the belt.
Yeah,
you already know that because he can't outbox. He can't outbox. What do you say?
Need your help, Mike. Akan, that is a scenario, but keep in mind that when the 12th round hits, AJ could have had, I don't know, 6 knockdowns before then. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know just because they got to the 12th round, AJ won a 12-round decision. He could have been dropped every other round. I mean, he's been dropped by lesser men. So that's always.
What was the, hold on, Nez. Who was the lesser man that dropped him?
Oh, in sparring, right? Then Dubois drop him and it's
we're talking about sparring. I mean, there's fighters. Anthony Fowler came out the other day and said that he was in that sparring session and that didn't happen.
I mean, that's fine. But Daniel,
so if we're talking about sparring, sparring,
I'll let you finish your sentence so that you can give the people the facts that Anthony Fowler presented. Now allow me. We've done an interview with Daniel Dubois, our other UK correspondent. It's up there. You can look it up. If that timid, very shy man is trying to get clout off of AJ in that manner, I don't believe you. You need more people. That guy said it on our interview, and he's also said it on numerous other interviews that he dropped AJ. He didn't try to hide it. He didn't say, nah, man, sparring is sparring. No. He said, yeah, it happened. So, like, why are we mad that it happened? I'm pretty sure.
No, but Nez, we're currently talking about champions, yeah? So we're talking about a lineal champion. We're talking about the WBC, and you're saying he's been dropped by. Yes, but we're talking. But your reference is sparring. your reference is sparring. That's what we're talking about. I could talk to you about, okay, well, David Hay bullied Wilder in sparring too. Absolutely bullied him.
You don't have to go back and forth every time. If this makes you feel better, fine. He got dropped by Vladimir Klitschko, who is a lesser man in my opinion. Yes,
he's a lesser man. Sorry, he say he's a lesser man than Deontay Wilder.
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
You're re-asking me the question. Wait, he was a lesser man than Deontay Wilder? If you would have just shut up, not interrupt, allow me to finish, then you can digest what I'm saying. So yes, if you're comparing the two men at the same time, I believe at that point in time, 18 months off, coming off a loss, also losing his wife, also having to take full custody of the daughter because the wife was she signed away her parental rights. Yeah, I think that was a lesser man than Deontay Wilder, and we don't have to agree. It's that simple.
Okay, like I said, that's your opinion.
Look here, man. At the end of the day, man, this heavyweight division is one punch can change the whole fight. So I don't see why we're sitting here arguing about who can beat who or who can't beat who. Well, wait till these guys get in the ring, then we can fucking give a definitive statement.
Beginning of the show and said how Deontay Wilder is the only person in the heavyweight division that has that power. He said that.
Another thing too,
and then he wants to kind of forget that he said that if they were.
Oh, I don't forget. No, but Ness, unlike you, I don't flip flop. So I don't forget what I say. I can stand by what I've said. I do believe that. I can give a fighter credit. I don't have to spread my bias like you do when it comes to your love for Deontay Wilder. I believe Deontay Wilder is a technically flawed fighter. You've just said yourself that AJ would beat him if it went 12 rounds. AJ would outbox him.
Can I speak to Conor real quick? Can I speak to Conor real quick? I know these guys aren't on the level of an AJ or Fury, but Wilder went in there and showed good boxing skills against Dazn in the first fight. He showed that he had a jab and he was able to maneuver 12 rounds. Also against Areola, when he was injured with his bicep, he showed a tremendous jab and a tremendous one too. So there is skills there. He just doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't tap into them all the time as needed. He relies on that right hand power, and to this point, that right hand has been getting him where he needs to go. Even in the Fury fight, he had Fury down in the 9th round and down in the 12th round. So there has to be some kind of skills to throw those kind of combinations that land on fighters.
Nah, you ain't got no skill, but you can land 2 clean punches on someone more skilled than you, but you don't have any skill. It was luck. It was luck. Remember Danny Garcia hit Amir Khan? That was luck.
I mean, you have to look into it and insinuate a little bit. He's not discrediting Deontay Wilder in its entirely. He's pretty much saying that he would have troubles at the highest level, meaning that he's saying that we've seen him get outboxed to the point of the Tyson Fury, and he feels that who else is ever at the top of the highest level that hasn't fought? Anthony Joshua. So at that point, pretty much insinuating that he wouldn't be able to compete with his boxing ability unless he gets that punch. And when you really look down into it, like I said, I brought up Rocky Marciano. He was a guy who was not technically amazing. He was flawed. He had like an 8-4 amateur background. And he's been floored in many of his fights. Archie Moore, a smaller guy, came up, dropped him. Ezra Charles dropped him. But he was able to always overcome those adversities and win. And you can't argue, regardless of what you felt about Rocky Marciano's opposition at the time or their age. Technically, Rocky Marciano was criticized, but where did people put Rocky Marciano? At a very high part of many people's, heavyweight list. So at this point, Deontay Wilder does need to get his awesome attributes of punching power to get him these wins very convincingly and very easy. Maybe he might get outboxed for a point, but doesn't mean he's out of the game and doesn't mean he's the worst champion out of them all. But if you want to rate technically, I could probably say that out of the top 3 guys, that he may be the one that has the least points in that section, but obviously his power section has the unbelievably long amount of points.
I mean, it's just such a vague statement to say that he's the worst champion. I'm not a historian, you know what I mean? So I can't run around telling you who was the worst champions, but I can tell you, without trying to disrespect anybody, a couple of guys that lost their title after gaining it, like unable to make a successful title defense. You know what I'm saying? Pedraza, Ray Beltran. And that's just off the top of the head. I'm not the historian. So it's a very weak statement, in my opinion. Bellew's career was very guided. You can't mention one Luis Ortiz or one Bellew or one Tyson Fury in Bellew's career that he beat. Adonis Stevenson knocked him out. Usyk knocked him out. Everyone in between that are straight filled with asterisks. David Haye with broken Achilles and Macaboo nobody. And I hear Macaboo's in a fight maybe this week versus a nobody. So it's just like, whatever, The thing is that they're celebrated over there in the UK for the littlest things, So he's going to go down as a quote unquote great champion, but what has he done? Vacant title shots, selected defenses versus handicapped men. I don't really know. He struggled with Chilemba, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had 2 fights. You had to have 2 fights with Chilemba?
Hey, man, I got to stop you right there, man. You can't be disrespecting fucking handicapped men out here, all right? We out here, baby. We live in life too, all right, big dog?
No, I hear you. But at the end of the day, those asterisks are not said on BoxRec. BoxRec needs to do each fight, and you have a little video player there, just a play button, so that someone can explain each fight. Because David Haye on his resume twice, you looking at it, you know what I mean? You trying to get some betting info. It's like, oh, he knocked him out twice, and my man got power. Yo, he got that real power because he moved up too. So he got that real power. Fuck out of here. No, that's Eddie Hearn, Fast Car Eddie, selling you dreams and lies, smoke and mirrors. But whatever. Those are my final thoughts, to keep it real. Like,
speaking of final thoughts, we got a special guest on the line. Montana Love. He is called in. His number, give me 1 second. I will give it to you, sir. Start with 216-216-727. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest on the line today. He is 11-0, 5 KOs, super lightweight, goes by the name Montana Love. He is the pride of Cleveland ever since LBJ left. What's going on, Mr. Love?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
I can't call it, man. How's it going, man? How's everything going with you?
It's great. I can't complain right now. I got a lot going on. It's going to be a big year right here. I'm just excited,
Speaking on, you have a lot going on. I'm saying, when can we expect to see you back in the ring?
We actually just got a call about a week or so ago about April 27th in DC. They want me to fight in DC, the opening TV bout on CBS for, I think his name is, damn, I can't forget. I forgot the fighter name, but he the main event. I think D Wade or something like that, whatever. I don't know his name.
Dre? Is he from Toledo?
No, the guy, I don't know where he's from, but the fight is in DC. I think the guy, so I'm assuming the guy from out that way, from somewhere from out that way, his name like D Wade or I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't really follow a lot of boxing guys. You know what I mean? I don't really follow a lot of these guys, so I can't really tell you their name.
Now, my question was, in regards of you being a very talented boxer, but you're also putting on events yourself. If you can kind of elaborate and talk about people who may not know about your events that you've been putting on that have been very successful.
The events that I throw on is like, that we got going on is for the city. It's it's to stop the violence. It's a lot of shooting. It's been a lot of shooting, a lot of killing up here. And just try to bring love back to the city. Got people have issues or whatnot. We put them in the ring, and they squash it right then and there. They gonna respect each other. What they learn is fighting is totally different. You know what I mean? Like I tell them all the time here, like it take one bad decision to mess your whole life up. You know what I mean? So, instead of picking a gun up or even fighting on the streets where you can either get jumped or somebody using a weapon or anything on you, get in the ring, put some gloves, put some anger on, protect yourself, and still let your anger out, let your frustration out with the person. Afterwards, they hug it out and everything squashed. You know what I mean? Just bringing peace back to the city and trying to put everything together, put the city together.
How long have you been doing this, man? Like, when was the first event, and like how did everything come about?
I actually it came about last year. Last year was the first one. I did all women. We did the all women boxing event. It was huge. You know what I'm saying? I had so many women, and people were just hitting team up and hitting everybody up. They want to fight so bad, and it's something different for the city. Like they still I have a great following here. You know what I mean? They love me here. So basically, anything my name really get attached to, they gonna support it big. You know what I mean? And they really came out and showed a lot of love, and overall, even with the girl fights, it was just successful. It was beautiful. Everybody fought well. Everybody did their thing in there. You know what I'm saying? It was great. You know what I mean? I was proud of all the girls, and now this next one is gonna be mixed up with guys and girls.
Yeah, I seen that on your IG post.
So so it's literally just a lot of hate. It was just, a lot of negativity and stuff going on, and people don't like each other and this and that, and they just want to settle it the right way now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they tired of going to funerals and stuff as well. So, I just try to figure out how can I make a better impact on our city. You know what I mean? And bring us more together and support one another even more. You know what I mean? Besides just me, we got to support each other and keep the dollar generating in the circle. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
this was the idea. This was the idea, and just just put it together. I visualized it, I seen it, I put it on paper, and I made it happen.
All right, man. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. Your last fight was a draw. Was there any talk or any kind of motivation to run that fight back? If so, if not, why?
No. Yeah, we actually right after the fight, we try to I know Kenny and I know his father and them well. I knew them since we was kids, 8 years old or whatnot. And right after the fight, his father and them, he already knew what we wanted, and he said the same thing. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. Nah, it had to be for a world title or some big money. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't want to do that right now because it's too risky. So he already, he said, we're going to take this and run with it. I'll see you down the line. That's what he said. But now, after Kenny then fought, after our fight, he fought again against the guy that I beat on Showtime the first time, Tia, and lost to Tia. So now it's that fight don't make sense no more.
No, the chat was helping us out. It was Dominic Wade, I believe, was the person that they were saying.
Wait, yeah.
And but I wanted to go back to you. I've been on the internet. I've seen a lot of sparring videos, and I just wanted to ask. There was this one specific about Gervonta Tank Davis and you. People were putting headlines like the sparring got heated, and there were some social media tweets. What was that?
What happened, and why'd you get kicked out of the camp? What's going on?
Down there, first day of camp, Kevin and Adrian was already saying, don't bring me down there, because Tank was, he already, he got a little high head, and so we kind of much the same, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going for none of that shit. I don't know what they was thinking, you know what I'm saying? What he was thinking, and he, vice versa, but, he tried Tank overall sparring, you know what I'm saying? I did my thing, period. You know what I'm saying? I really, showed out for real. And, we in camp, we sparred on a Monday, right? After that, things really did get heated. We had some words and whatnot. And Adrian and them, they try to calm everything down, cool off. So we squashed it, right? I'm down there a whole week in camp. And that Saturday I leave. And next thing I know, literally, as soon as I get on the airplane, they drop me off at the airport. And, he dropped a video. He make that edit skit skit. So I'm thinking the whole time while I'm there, we talking cool. Like it wasn't nothing, no smoke. We left it alone. You know what I'm saying? We left it alone. And then as soon as I leave, he posted that edit, the little edit clip of sparring and everything, and then that's how everything escalated from there. But now, we left it alone. We just talked afterwards and we dropped it. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was definitely it escalated to another level for sure. Though it was about to get crazy, like streets, real life. But we end up, handling it, and everything now.
That's good, man. Y'all dropped it, man. I'm glad to see it was left in the ring. Now, you also had some sparring with Erickson Lumen, and he just knocked out Ishe Smith. Were you able to see that knockout, and what did you think about it?
I caught the fight, and yeah, I mean, Lumen, man, even with that Charlo fight, I feel like, if that fight ain't go like that, I feel like Lumen would have beat Charlo. Honestly, that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Lumen, he's really talented. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I don't know. You haven't seen the best of Lumen for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even the fights he got, they cool. They all right. He ain't really, but he ain't showing himself yet. He ain't sprouted out like what I've seen, period. You know what I'm saying? Even in the gym from just sparring, even with top guys, like, you know what I'm saying? He way sharper, way slicker, and better than what he, portrayed himself to be on that big stage. It's coming soon though. Sometimes the flower take a little longer to sprout. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
He definitely gonna be in good shape.
Where do you see yourself in this super lightweight division, and when can we expect to see you start fighting these guys that are going to get you and propel you to a world title?
See, that's the thing. I've been, as you can see, I haven't ducked any fight. Even me taking a fight with Kenneth Sims right now in my career, a lot of people would never do that. You know what I mean? It's too risky. A lot of they would have never did that. So I'm not really worried about too many people that light division. I'm not worried about nobody actually. You know what I'm saying? I done worked with even a champion, one of the champions at 140. Me and Regis Progress. We worked a lot, real good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really worried, man. It just everything is timing and about who about me wanting to do the independent route. It's gonna take a little more and a little longer. You know what I'm saying? But we just gonna stay down until we come up. As long as I just keep building myself up, steady, staying in the gym and keep winning, the sky's the limit.
Can you explain why you chose to go the independent route versus signing to a major?
The independent route, I look at it as, like my marketing and promoting right now. The best thing we have in our generation right now is the internet. You know what I mean? The internet is bigger than TV right now. So you have a platform for yourself to build and create, your own image, your own everything. Right now, these promoters not even really promoting their guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can get you there quicker, get you a few dollars, whatever. But we ain't hurting right now. We ain't hurting for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no rush. I'm young. I'm 24. And we just gonna keep building like that. I'd rather get a TV deal straight from Showtime or something than dealing with promoters and they tell me when I got to fight and this and that. Right now I fight when I want to fight. If I want to fight next week, I can fight. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not sheltered or anything. I don't have to answer to no one.
I mean, you say you're not rushing, but like Danny was at 140, Danny Garcia, and he was a unified champion at the age of 24. By 27, he was a multiple division champion. At your age, you'll be doing that in your 30s.
You got to think about it, right? Danny did all this, but look who Danny with. Danny with Al and all them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with any of those guys. They all know exactly who I am, though. That's the crazy part. You see, I'm not signed to anyone. I already had, TV fights and everything. They know who I am. Everyone know who I am right now. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before that fight click in. You know, a few more Showtime fights, and you know they're gonna few more Showbox, and then they're gonna transfer me over to Showtime boxing. You know what I'm saying? So long as that's like I say, I just got to keep winning. I'm supposed to have about 2 Showtime fights this year, 2 more Showbox dates this year, and then we'll be getting transferred over. So you know, like I said, there's no rush. It's no rush at all. Long we gonna stay fighting, you know, stay active, and you know, everything gonna fall in place. Everything happened for a reason. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not against being with a promoter or anything. I'm not against it. It's just, you know, it got to make sense at the end of the day.
Has anyone approached you? Because with DAZN being so aggressive in ESPN, and like you said, you've done a phenomenal job marketing yourself. You know, you spend money on your ring walks and your ring, you know, your outfits. You know, at this level, we don't normally see that. Like, we only see that with a guy that does have the machine behind him. So have they come calling, and are the offers just not to your standards, or are you saying they haven't come calling? Like, no Eddies, no Al's, no Bob's yet?
No, we definitely got a bunch of contracts, you know, from, you know, multiple guys, from even Ludabella, you know, GH3, just multiple different companies. You know, we definitely had it. We just, you know, it just ain't make sense right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, even with Al, you know, my thing is, like, Al had my older brother, you know, Renell Williams, which I understand, you know, why he put him in the situation that he was in, because Renell not no marketing. He don't own the social media. He don't market it. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I look at it like, you know, Al, you know, he have a lot going on as well. So if I sign with a guy, see, like, I'm not shot at. I like Eddie Hearns. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like Eddie Hearns. I like how he moving all his guys. You know what I mean? From Tevin, all his champions fighting more than regular fighters. You know what I mean? His champions, like, you got Tevin Farmer moving crazy, Clarissa Shields moving crazy. You know, he moving everybody he touching right now. He got on. He just newly signed my boy Anthony Sims Jr. and Anthony moving real good. You know what I'm saying? So
Let me
like
bring you
that.
back to this Renell thing. I want to know more. You know, that was like a little jewel you dropped. So I need to. So what did Al do? Because I'm looking at the Renell Williams fight. It seems like he fought someone named Joshua Zungia, who doesn't strike me out to be any declarated amateur or standout.
Nah, see, like, no, that last fight right there was, you know, Renell was matched against another guy he been training for the whole fight, you know, and the other guy right there was supposed to have been training with somebody else, you know what I mean? And I guess late notice, last minute, you know, week of the fight, you know, Renell fighter opponent drop, and they filled in this guy. I mean, that fight right there, you know, it's boxing. It's all it takes is a punch to change around a fight. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, Renell is with David McWater, not Al Heyman.
No, Renell's with Al Heyman. He just signed with David McWater right now. He just signed with him a few months ago. Renell's with Al Heyman. He's been with Al Heyman since he came from the Olympics.
Oh, so it's an advisory role?
Yeah, he's been with Al. Yeah, he's been with Al for forever. He just got out of his contract with Al. He was management. Like, he just got a contract with Al. He had a contract with Al for about 4 or 5 years, you know. And within that time, see, Renell was professional way before me, right? I had went to prison and everything. I come home from prison. Renell like 8, 9, no, whatever. And I come home like instantly and won my fights up. Like, I caught up with him so quick. You know what I'm saying? I had 11 fights. You know, I came home and I had 11 fights straight. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I'm taking this break right now. Like, just let my body heal and rest. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I'm chilling now, because I've been fighting back to back, camp after camp. You know, you kind of get a little burnt, so just fall back, let my body relax, and we got to get right back to it. But yeah, that's what Renell was going on. Like, Al, basically, you know, he wasn't one of Al's favorites. You know, like I said, Renell don't have a social media. He don't have like a big fan base. You know what I'm saying? So, which is understandable why Al did that with him. But I still look at it like this guy's Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Even like with, you know, I look even like at his other fighters, like even like, you know, Rashid Warren And all the other guys, like, they only fighting like once or twice a year, maybe. If you're not like one of the top favorites, then shit, you to the side for real. But I like Al as well. Like I say, Al the fucking he the face of boxing, but you know, right now he just got a lot going on.
Yeah, you're a legend, man. You're a legend. I got a question for you about your IG and like the videos that you post. Like I seen you with a sombrero on. I've seen you with a suit on, and I even thought that I seen you like sip some tea during the video. Like who come up with these concepts?
Yeah.
And, like how did it start?
Yeah, anything I do, I create it. Like, you know, I created this wave and this, you know, I just like to have fun, man. You know, I'm naturally just house life. I just love, like, you know, I just have fun, just goofy, you know what I'm saying? So me and my brother chemistry, we lit, you know what I'm saying? We just, even when I gotta lose weight, you know, we be irritated and upset, but we just make fun out of it. We be dancing, we got the sauna suits on, and we just, you know, just doing our thing, music going. It just keep your mind, it keep you from thinking about work. It ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Even when you losing the weight, I feel like I'm not working. I'm just having fun, and you know, at the same time, I'm losing this weight at the same time. And you know, we did our first video like that when I had on a wetsuit. You know what I'm saying? And then it went viral. Like it like went crazy. And then I just kept it up. I just told them like we're gonna do just different concepts, different things, and just keep having fun and just, you know, just start this wave.
Absolutely, man. Now, if you got 3 minutes of your time, I like to play a little game with everybody. We try to get like real hard, stone cold answers. So if you're up to the test, then I'd love to play a little 5-6 question game with you.
That's cool. Come on.
All right, first question. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Tupac, Biggie, or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Whoa. Oh, shit. If you had one superpower, what would it be and why?
I'll be the... Dang, I don't know if I want to be the fastest motherfucker or if I can fly or even be the strongest one. I say about I want to be the strongest.
Okay, all right.
Or no, not even the strongest. I want to be the fastest. I'll be the fastest.
All right. The first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is.
First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, what I do is look in the mirror.
If I could only listen to 3 albums for the rest of my life, they would be.
I like Moneybagg Yo. I like Jay-Z, and I like Moneybagg Yo, Jay-Z, and I like Boosie.
Yeah, Boosie, my nigga. Yeah. Damn. If I wasn't boxing, I would be doing.
Shit. See, now I'll be doing this. See, back then, if you asked me that, I would have been in the streets. You know what I'm saying? See, now I'd have figured out a way, and I don't know. I probably would be in the streets.
At least you're keeping the book. Boxing has changed my life. How?
Shit, it took me, you know, kept me away from being killed and just out the way, all the way. You know what I mean? It showed me a whole nother, you know, it's more to life. You know what I mean? It took me on trips, traveled me around, you know, and it made me just mentally strong. You know what I mean? And, you know, boxing really helped me with any other sport. If you can box, you know, boxing, biggest thing in boxing is balance. And if you got balance and good footwork, you can do any other sport. And
absolutely, man, absolutely. Well, brother, I was gonna say, well, brother, we thank you for your time. I want to say thank you for coming on. If you got any social media that you want to give out, go ahead and give it out now.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You can catch me on Instagram at Montana2PrettyLove, the number 2 all together. And you can catch me on Facebook at Montana Love. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Hey man, as soon as you get a fight date and a camp start, you know what I'm saying? I'm right here in Indiana, so a little trip to Ohio ain't shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You need
you
to
know, if you can reach
bring us out
give
there and
me
let us
a-
call them fights for you.
Yeah, oh yeah. Whenever like at first on this event right here, I was gonna use TV on CBS 19, but I end up just I got like I said, I got a lot going on. I got this music, or everything just got a lot going on. So I end up pushing the TV stuff to the side right now. I really don't need it. You know what I'm saying? It just would have been bigger for the sponsors and all that. Or maybe the next one I might. But if you guys want, like, you can come out to this one. Actually, like, this one's going to be huge. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a huge event right here. I got guys and girls, a bunch of entertainers, in our city, and it's going to be nice. So, I mean, if you guys are interested, just, shoot me a message or whatever, and we can get you set up.
All
I
right.
mean, you got like a hot 16 for us real quick.
Oh, he spit too?
Oh man, he spit.
I mean, you seen the new Brian Jennings and DSG? Like, Danny spit some heat this morning, and Jennings running around there with bars.
Man, Jennings got bars for real.
Yeah. Hey, no, the Philly boys really think they can. They all think they can go tapping. They all think they got, they can go. But I mean, I got my song. I ain't gonna spit no bars. I can drop like a sneak peek of the song real quick. You want me to do that?
Shit, let us hear it.
All right, 1 second. Hold on. It's called Take a Pic. You want to hear it? Yeah. Too pretty. Tell them take a picture. It'll last long. Look, black. Yeah, black Range Rover. I'ma take your bitch. Then it's game over.
All right, bro, cut it. We won't get flagged. We ain't trying to get flagged. My dog, but yeah. But send me that. Send me that on the IG, and I definitely repost it for you.
I appreciate it. Much love, brother.
All right,
Thank you, Mr. Love. Thank you for coming on. There you have it, Montana Love, live on the show, up and coming prospect. And we'll be clipping this interview a little bit later and putting it out as a direct so that you can get it. So yeah, man. I mean, he's taking time off. I kind of wanted to see him back in the ring, but I get it, man. He got a lot of things going. I know. I talked to Dominique. Dominique was, going to be part of that event that he's doing in some capacity.
It's hard to get punched in the face when you can make money elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you probably could have him help out with Border Wars. I wasn't even thinking about it,
Yeah. No, listen, when he started talking, I was like, man, I was about to hit him with the advice question on the breathing, but I'm like, let me not keep him here too long.
That nigga he trying to get this breathing down. Pack boy, he trying to fuck up Javi and goddamn it, Dallas, nigga.
Hey, Mike,
bro, I don't need that for Javi.
Oh, okay.
I don't need that for Javi.
What's
Listen,
going on,
how we gonna find out that there's a whole nother world in there?
Y'all doing 1 round or y'all doing 3 rounds?
Let's see what he got. I mean, look, bro, I've done this before. I've flown to different gyms. All these tough guys like that, we've done it already. So, like, it's up to them how many rounds, They
My nigga Ness out here talking greasy, man. I did it before.
It's the truth.
I mean, you know me, bro. I done been through the trenches, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you seen the clip I posted, right? You seen the clip I posted the other day of Marvin? He fighting Cantu, right? He like, nah, man. He ain't worried about Cantu because he already felt the wrath of Nestor. You know what I'm saying?
I think he wants you again, though, bro. That's what that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting out. Like, he want to beat Cantu and he want to come back for you.
You just making stories up to sound good for the show because he already said he moving down in weight. Okay. Everybody leaving. But look, man, we ain't got time for that.
Real quick, if you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We had an interview this morning with Montana, the Too Pretty to Love, up and coming prospect, 11-0, 5 KOs with 1 draw. Excited to see where his career goes. Also, look in the description box. Check out that Dazn link. Go ahead and sign up. Get your first month free. Then it's $9.99 a month. After that, also head over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and check out that Showtime link where you can do the exact same thing. Sign up for like I believe $7.99 and get your first week or month free. Then Showtime got all kind of like original series, The Shy, Ray Donovan, Billions, and they got Showtime Boxing, which we all like. Also, if you want to go one step farther, I mean just one step farther, click on that Amazon link under affiliate sponsors on our boxingvoice.com page and bookmark that Amazon link, say that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. So if you shop at Amazon, think about the Boxing Voice. Amazon, the Boxing Voice. Amazon, the Boxing Voice. The Boxing Voice, Amazon.
Yo, so also to add in some extra stuff, we're looking for an LA correspondent. Just to remind everybody, if you know anybody or if you're interested, let us know, because we're definitely trying to take over on the West Coast side. So if you got any skills, any talents, camera work, you need to have audio as well, you need a mic, just reach out to us. We're looking to expand out. In addition to that, just for the topic of the show, if you want to just come back and comment underneath the video, and if you think Deontay Wilder is the worst champion, or if he's not, explain why and list who you think is, just so that we can see your opinions.
Dude, I'm gonna kill Ams.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
90 seconds. These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Alabama.
I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. If he doesn't hide it, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
60 seconds.
BoxingVoice.com.
Now you want to call in, nigga. You been on hiatus for like 2 days. You and Ness, you know what I'm saying, bumped heads and you got in your feelings.
Oh, as soon as I come home, bro. I was busy, man. Damn, niggas can't be busy no more. Where I was going? Bro, giving like AJ all this credit, like he just an amazing boxer who don't get hit and all this shit. Like every fight I see, this nigga get caught. Every fight I see, this man get clipped in, man. I'm tired of it, bro. Like we gonna quit acting like AJ this just superior boxer. He just overpowering niggas. Like he overpowering people. He getting this shit off on lesser people, bro. Like shit, he fought Vlad and the shit ain't worked for a while. Shit, he
10 seconds.
Changed up his whole strategy. Shit, I'm just saying, bro. AJ ain't this much superior boxer. Wilder is not the worst champion. Bellew just salty. He still ain't want to get. Wilder asked that nigga if he wanted that work. Bellew said, "No, I'm too small. I don't want." No, nigga, you ain't too small. Wilder ain't big. Wilder one of the smallest heavyweights out here. Don't do that. If you want to really get that work, Bellew, you can get that pop. Bellew don't want no work. He just talking. That's what most of them UK dudes do over there.
Call a nigga a pussy, man. How you gonna call a nigga a pussy then back out?
Man, I'm tired of that shit, bro. All the UK people do it, bro. AJ don't want no smoke. Fury don't want no smoke. It's just pussy over there. It's all pussy.
But from the sound of it, nigga, you don't want no smoke because Ness was talking mad greasy about you like 5 seconds ago.
Bro, you see that nigga in Dallas, so it don't matter. Fuck you talking.
Okay. You don't see him when you see him. Like Dylan White. Okay, I'll pay you.
Exactly. It don't matter to me,
Exactly.
nigga. I mean, I'm not worried about nothing. That's how I'm letting you know that. I'm like, hey, bro, you do all the sound bites you want. It don't matter.
That's
to me,
Ron,
nigga.
champ. That's Ron, champ.
Hey, well, y'all a group. Y'all come in as a group. What the fuck going on, nigga?
As he said, y'all a group. Y'all coming as a group. Man.
Yeah, bro. Fuck the bullshit, bro. I don't care. Ness already know we can get it in. I don't give a fuck when, who, Jose, all y'all niggas. I don't give a fuck. It's been 6 people call me out, bro. I'm the hottest commodity out here, if you want to be honest. I'm the hottest commodity out here. Niggas is always got my name in their mouth, and I love it. That's what y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You mad popping in like both chats, nigga. I see you in the B&B chat popping. I see you in production chat popping. Everybody calling out Javi.
Thank you, bro. It's all love. They love me, bro. But Ness don't see my greatness. It's cool, but I'm out, bro. Because nigga, that's my boomerang apparently. Because he should have been cut me off. I ain't asked my boomerang yet.
We going out to R&V. Mastermind, pound for pound. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. What's going on, RV?
Perfect.
Rhythm and violence.
Violence with the rhythms.
All rhythm, no violence.
All violence and no rhythm.
What we doing?
Right.
All right, but yeah, man, I think it's called. I had a very intriguing conversation this morning with up and coming prospect Cassius Chaney. He actually sparred Amir Mansour yesterday. Big ups to Jay Hardcore, who was actually at the gym and witnessed the sparring section, and is going to be covering, I believe, his next fight, or at least a part of his camp when before he fights. But Chaney had some things to say about, you know what I'm saying, his next opponent and AJ and Dillian White and Wilder and Fury. I wish I had it recorded, but it was just like a personal conversation. But yeah, totally great kid, and not even kicker. He's by my age.
When's his next fight?
I believe he said.
Hey Mike, give me 1 second. We got Spencer Fearon on the line. Spence, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Spence? How's it going, sir?
Man, we're here talking Tony Bellew saying that Deontay Wilder is the worst champion in history. Technically.
The worst champion in history.
Technically, he's saying he's the worst champion in history. He's a one-trick pony. Even though that one trick is fantastic, he's been exposed on the elite level.
Well, if you go up against Tyson Fury can expose most people on that world elite level. What's happened with Deontay Wilder is he's made himself become a one-trick pony, because in the first Romain-Stiverne fight, he showed us that he wasn't a one-trick pony because he actually boxed through orders, and stylistically, he didn't look bad. But I think, whereas he's so used to getting a knockout, Deontay Wilder in his mind said, I just want to knock dudes out, man, because that's the entertainment and everything else. And then he's regressed in his talents because, you know, I remember seeing like Steve Harvey saying something really derogatory about Mark Breland. And what he's got to remember is Mark Breland is one of US boxing's most decorated amateurs ever. Right? Ever. So, and at the time when he won the gold medal in '84, just look at the Olympic squad that America produced then. That's got to be like one of America's greatest teams. You have to go like the '76 Olympics when you had Ray Leonard on it, the Spinks brothers. That was a great team. Very, very good team. You know what I mean? But you know, and Howard Davis Jr. on that team as well, got the Val Barker Trophy for being the most outstanding boxer. That was an incredible team. But we have to be realistic and say like '84 team was absolutely bad, and he medaled and got a gold medal then, and everybody was looking at him as this renowned character. Okay, people say, well, he didn't accomplish what he should have accomplished as a professional fighter when he signed with the Duvers, right? And main event. But check this one out. He was a 2-time world champion, so nobody can sneeze at that. So he must know something, number one. But then number two, Deontay Wilder, stylistically, body shape-wise, is very similar to Mark Breland. And what Deontay Wilder demonstrated to me in that first Romain-Stiverne fight, and Romain-Stiverne was hot then. He wasn't not a hot guy. He was hot. He boxed to orders. He boxed behind the jab, and he showed me something. So I understand where he's coming from, Tony Bellew's coming from. But is he worse than Primo Carnero? Primo Carnero is most probably the worst heavyweight, one of the worst guys.
That's what I said at the show.
Okay,
for Primo.
Great minds. Next, great minds, man. Come on, great minds.
But was he a champion though? No, Ron said that.
I said Primo. I brought up Primo.
Yeah, Primo was world heavyweight champion.
Oh, so listen, is it fair of Tony Bellew to have these types of comments, especially publicly, when he was a heavyweight, had multiple heavyweight fights, was offered the Deontay Wilder fight, said he would fight Deontay Wilder, met Deontay Wilder, and ultimately said he's too big for me to fight? I mean, that's a clear duck. So, like, if you're afraid to fight someone in your own division, how could you call them the worst champion? With a straight face.
Let's be realistic, yeah. He wasn't a heavyweight, Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew just saw opportunity because of the beef between himself and David Haye to take a chance and say, let me fight at heavyweight.
But realistically, he didn't fight nobody else. There was Dylan White. He didn't fight Dylan White. He just chose him.
But Spencer, if we're being realistic, a guy coming in at 210 pounds is not a heavyweight either, right?
No. But the difference is this: he's competed against bigger men, so he understands what it's like to compete. Tony Bellew turned professional as a light heavyweight, even though he's a heavyweight in the amateur, but turned professional as a light heavyweight, right? That's 175 pounds. So we've got to be realistic in that to say, okay, then the transgression in Tony Bellew isn't that to say that he's competing at the higher weight classes. Then he moved to cruiserweight and got that fantastic win against Makabu. But off of the back of that, we cannot say Tony Bellew was a heavyweight, regardless that Deontay Wilder is a small heavyweight, but it's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know if he's got hollow bones or anything, but he's a big guy. There's a picture of him and Bellew stood together. It was like he looked like Andre the Giant compared to Tony Bellew.
Now, can I ask you a quick question in comparisons of, like, people talk about his technique isn't great. Rocky Marciano was a guy who was criticized for fighting really ugly and didn't have a great technique, but people put him as a really great champion. Well, what's your thoughts about Rocky Marciano back then and his technique and compared to Deontay Wilder?
You know what? I could speak a lot about Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano was my guy. For the things that Rocky Marciano stood for, you know, come on, you got to give Rocky Marciano all the dues in the world, all the credit in the world, right? But if you look at the time from when Marciano became world heavyweight champion, when he knocked out Joe Walcott, he was actually losing that fight.
Yep.
Right? Joe Walcott was doing him. Joe Walcott was outboxing him. And at the time, Joe Walcott was 37 years old. And at that time, it's not like now, it's totally different, right? But at that time, Joe Walcott was an old man. You just got to be real and look at it on its realness. Joe Walcott was an old man who previously they knocked out, Joe Walcott knocked out Ezra Charles, right?
Yep.
Ezra Charles, my guy, but Ezra Charles was actually a light heavyweight. Ezra Charles' great fights were at light heavyweight. Let's not get twisted on this one, right? Ezra Charles should have been in the murderer's role, but he moved up to heavyweight and got a world title shot, right? And became world champion when he beat Joe Louis.
Yeah, Joe Louis was old. Archie Moore was a smaller guy moving up, and he was older too.
Yeah, but even then, but you gotta think about it. When Rocky Marciano beat Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano knew that he was fighting an old guy who was trying to continue fighting because of tax problems.
Yep.
Ezra Charles was a pick. Ezra Charles was a pick. Ezra Charles when Rocky Marciano fought him. Let's be real. Because if you go back to like 1940, or 1943, when Ezra Charles was mixing and fighting guys like Charlie Burley, when he's fighting guys like Homer Williams, when he's fighting guys like Charlie Burley, of that guy there, that was a dangerous guy. That was a supremely polished athlete. And if you look back in history, like if you read like the old Ring magazine, at that time they would say like this guy like one of the best, stylistically one of the best fighters ever.
Yes, sir.
Rocky Marciano, because Rocky Marciano won a big heavyweight. So I'm not knocking Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano was still great because of the style of how he fought. He fought stylistically. That was appeasing to the eye because he was looking to smash you and knock you out. There went no playing with Rocky Marciano.
So with that being said, with like Deontay Wilder, like when you bring the techniques together,
it's not the same. It's not the same because even though like technically certain things didn't look too right with Rocky Marciano, he was given a free pass because he was a shorter guy. He fought out of a crouch style. If you look at the guys that fought in the 40s and the 50s, right, they'd fight from a crouch style. If it was that orthodox fighter, you'd be leaning back on your right leg to make yourself a smaller target, so you get hit by the jab or a right hand. It'd be harder to get hit by a right hand. Fighters that were a little bit more upright and more, they're more in your face now. Rocky Marciano would lean from that side angle and he'd throw those big winging shots. But one thing for sure, Rocky Marciano was a fantastic puncher. He's ridiculous, but his puncher power was ridiculous.
Well, I want to change gears real quick and talk about one of my favorite fighters. We haven't had you on since his victory. Chris Eubank looked pretty impressive against James DeGale, and I want to get your thoughts on that fight and the fact that James DeGale announced his retirement last week.
We have to give all credit in the world to James DeGale. James DeGale was a Olympic gold medalist, and James DeGale was a British and European and a 2-time world champion. Right? Even though a lot of us would sit down and say, well, you should never have lost a Truex in the first place. But regardless of that, he's a 2-time world champion as well. All the
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Is James DeGale Hall of Famer? No, he'll be a British Hall of Famer, but no, he's not a Hall of Famer. Right now, he's not. But
Olympic gold medalist, 2-time world champion. That does not qualify as a Hall of Famer.
No. What I'm trying to say to you at the time, no. What I'm trying to say, he's a British Hall of Famer right now. Only time will tell, because what we got to you got to compare it to of the super middleweights of the time. Of the super middleweights of the time, how does he match up to a Roy Jones Jr.? How does he match up to a Andre Ward? How does he match up to a Joe Kawasaki? No, those names that I've just thrown out there, they are all-timers. Because not only were they all-timers, but they were highly ranked on the pound-for-pound list. James DeGale was not ranked highly on the pound-for-pound global list. He ranked highly on the pound-for-pound British list. He wasn't ranked highly on the pound-for-pound global list.
Yeah, I agree, because Donald Curry was someone that didn't get in the Hall of Fame for a long time. I mean, he won titles in like 3-4 divisions.
Who's Donald Curry?
Yeah, he just got.
No. Donald Curry won titles in 2 divisions. He was,
I think, welterweight and light middleweight, right?
Yeah, and junior middleweight. Yeah, junior middleweight, super middleweight, as they call it now, right?
Yeah.
But that's who he won his 2 titles at. But we got to be realistic and say, like, Donald Curry, when Donald Curry was the reigning 147 champion, nobody in the world wanted to call that guy's name. Donald Curry was absolutely fantastic. He was superb. He was an incredible amateur fighter as well. I think he had 143 fights and lost 3 or something like that. Lost 3 or 5 fights. But he was an incredible amateur as well. And he was so polished. He was so polished. Nicknamed the Cobra for good reason. And the night that he knocked out Milton McCory in 1985, man, that was ridiculous.
And then there was an upset. Then the UK came in and beat him. Lloyd.
Yeah, we're talking about Lloyd Hannigan, right? And what was that? That was September 23rd, 1986. 23rd or 25th, I think, right? Lloyd Hannigan used to live down the road from me, so like we know Lloyd. That when we're looking at that and we're saying, oh, it was a fantastic upset, most probably the biggest upset done by a British boxer. If we look at it properly now, Lloyd Hannigan at the time was British, Commonwealth, and European champion going into that fight. And he was unbeaten. Lloyd Hannigan, prior to becoming, he knocked out a guy called Gianfranco Rossi. Gianfranco Rossi was an absolutely superb fighter, and Lloyd Hannigan knocks him out in a couple rounds. Lloyd Hannigan was the real deal. So when we look at it and think, wow, that was a massive upset. It was a massive upset. But now if we look at it in these real parallels, the people behind Lloyd Hannigan at the time knew that Donald Curry had weight problems, knew that Donald Curry used to like to party. Many times the fight was proposed to happen and they'll cancel the fight deliberately. Mickey Duff is a very, very smart man. He's like an all-timer, Hall of Famer, boxing manager, promoter from the UK. He's very, very smart in what he did. Right? Everything's timing in this game. But still not to take away nothing from what Lloyd Hannigan did, because what Lloyd Hannigan did was absolutely amazing, because he took it to Donald Curry like it was nothing, and he beat Donald Curry. So fair play. He stopped him in 6 rounds.
Real quick, back to James DeGale. Does this win propel Chris Eubank Jr.? Does it just keep him on the same level that he's at, and he's going to have another signature victory?
Well, the thing about it is this: it's like, there was a lot of pressure put on Chris Eubank Jr. because he puts a lot of pressure on himself, right? His dad hasn't helped neither, right? Which I speak to his dad quite regularly. His dad's my guy. But we have to be realistic and say, okay, then, within the fraternity of boxing, and if you go look, and I posted it the other day on my Instagram, Mark Prince, the former WBO international champion, light heavyweight, said that he thought that James DeGale was done prior to the fight, right? I thought James DeGale was done. I thought, well, not completely done. I thought he was a bit jaded. But I still thought that he would have enough to beat Chris Eubank Jr. because Chris Eubank Jr. Hasn't shown me anything. Every time he gets a big fight, he doesn't step up. But he stepped up, and regardless whether it was like people saying, well, James DeGale is a past peak fighter and this, that, and all the rest of it. I think it's more to do with the fact that James DeGale has fallen out of love with boxing, and whereas whereas Chris Eubank Jr. really wanted the fight, and you could see it in the fight. He was the one that was pushing forward. He was the one that was throwing the more telling shots. He was the one that was putting the more spiteful and hurtful shots and was more determined. Where he would say, like, this is not going to be about boxing skills, because if I was to stand and box with you, James DeGale, I won't be able to deal with you. So I'm gonna have to try and rough you up. But then we have to look at it in its truer complexity of what the fight game really is. We're looking at Chris Eubank Jr. now. We say the number one super middleweight in the world right now has to be Callum Smith. Could Eubank Jr. beat Callum Smith right now? I don't think he could beat Callum Smith, because really,
I think he could.
You think he could? Well, that's cool. But I'm saying that I would like to see Eubank Jr. go down to middleweight, because I think all the other guys, he's giving them a size advantage anyway, because he's not a big super middleweight.
Yeah, Spence, how you doing? It's Akan. I have a question. I'm good, man. I have a question for you. Nez said earlier that he believed that the Klitschko that fought AJ was a lesser man than Wilder. So my question to you is: do you believe the Klitschko that fought AJ?
Yeah.
Was a lesser man than Wilder?
No.
So I wanted to ask you.
I disagree.
I
disagree with that.
Do you believe that? Yeah. My question was: do you believe that Klitschko would have beaten Wilder?
Do I believe that Klitschko would have beaten Wilder? Possibly, yes. Possibly.
Okay.
So you're telling me that Tyson Fury outboxes Vladimir Klitschko. They both throw 84 punches. Wilder, on the other hand, does way better than Vladimir. Knocks down Tyson Fury twice. Okay?
All right.
Isn't coming off a 2 years layoff, isn't coming off of a loss to Tyson Fury, isn't coming off of his wife leaving him and signing away her parental rights and having to fucking be a full-time father with his mother. Man, get out of here, bro. No way.
Listen, Ness. This is the thing of opinions, right? That they vary and they don't always have to agree with each other. Doesn't mean that I dislike you. Doesn't mean that I still got love for you guys.
I love you too.
And everything else. But listen, this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying. This is going to be my final thing before I got to jump off of the call. I got to get my boy from school, right? This is what I'm saying to you is this. I'm going on skills, and also I'm going on what Tyson Fury had a 3-year layoff, had 2 fighters that you wouldn't even employ for sparring, and as far as I'm concerned, beat Deontay Wilder. That's what happened. So he beat Deontay Wilder. Klitschko was up for that fight like no one's business, because he knew that things were dependent on it. And I think if Klitschko fought that Deontay Wilder that boxed Tyson Fury, that Klitschko would have beaten that guy. And I
think everybody's sleeping on Dylan White. I think he's going to take over at some point.
Listen, man, my Scottish friend, you know what? You could have listen. People could be sleeping on Dylan White, but I'm not sleeping on Dylan White. I'm a big supporter of Dylan White. And I promise Ness that I'm going to get him on the show. I ain't done it yet. So you know what? As I get off this phone, I get my son from school, and I'm going to phone Dylan White. No, I'm going to do it straight away. I'm going to phone Dylan White. I'm going to do I'll do a WhatsApp conference call with you guys, so then you guys can get him on the show, because you need Dylan White.
One last question. Anthony Yard said after this fight that he'd be possibly ready for Kovalev next. Do you think that's too fast, too soon, or is it the right time?
No, it's the right time if he believes it's the right time, and if he's training Babatunde Ajayi, who's like one of my closest friends, they think it's the right time. If they think it's the right time, then it's the right time, right?
All right.
See, like when Babatunde Ajayi says, "Dream it, believe it, become it," he's doing it, right? So he's taking a guy from relative obscurity, right, to becoming number one in the world, whether he's deserving or not. But if you got that position, you're deserving of it. So I'm going to say to everyone, go grab this thing with 2 hands, man. Life and death is in the tongue. We're all carbon-based. Careful what comes out your mouth. Grab this thing with 2 hands. That's all I got to say. He's ready for it. I'm telling you that now. Well, and lastly, before I jump off, Dylan White and Lawrence Okoli have had some beef over on Instagram.
Yeah. We've seen that.
Right, on Twitter.
Okoli released the sparring.
Right.
You put the sparring footage out.
All right, let's get real. Let's get real, yeah? Ness, you could look good in 20 seconds of sparring with Sugar Ray Leonard. And if I filmed that, put that out, did you beat out Sugar Ray Leonard?
No, absolutely not.
Right, exactly. So I'm not going by any of that. But how it goes is I spoke to both guys, right? And like people were turning on me saying, look, I'm trying to antagonize violence between our black brothers and blah. No, I'm not. What I did say, and I was joking, I said, Lawrence Okoli better be careful because Dylan White's crew is kind of serious and you're not dealing with Isaac Chamberlain. Isaac Chamberlain is a really nice guy. Sometimes a lot of people think Isaac Chamberlain is too sweet to be a boxer, right? So that's what I said. And I was joking, right? And I'm getting loads of people, oh, you can't say that. Then I had Lawrence Okoli's brother, which he's apologizing. His brother Henry saying, nah, Spence, you used to be my guy and I look up to you. And then, like, you got a big platform and you're saying things like this. I'm saying, no, but I'm joking. I was actually joking. Did you not see the smiley face? But in the climate of how things are in Great Britain right now, especially with this gang culture and everything else, maybe I should have chosen my words a bit differently, but I was actually playing. And I wish both guys all the best. I spoke to Dylan for an hour on Sunday morning saying, Dylan, allow the beef, it's not important, right? But Dylan was saying, like, listen, I'll go smash him and all these people by myself and blah. And I understand that because he's emotional. But what I'm trying to say,
Dylan don't look like the kind of guy that play around though.
He's frustrated.
Yeah, he don't like the kind of guy that play around.
And the reason he's frustrated is because he can't get a fight. Because his promoter too busy making him second fiddle to the heavyweight championship of the world.
Yeah, but we know this already, Ness, man. Come on, we know. You're not telling me that. You're not preaching to the converted head. We know that's what happened. That's what's happening right now.
He need to walk. Walk.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's really sad.
But listen, Spence, we know you got to pick up your son. Go ahead and do that, brother. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Ness, lastly, now we got to talk about this. How you making AJ security badge drop?
Yo,
what? Hold on. Whoa. What happened?
You're my guy, man, but you come across like a punk bitch on that video, man. Seriously.
Be professional, man. I chose.
Nah. Wait a minute. That's a security guard, right? That's a security guard that you had bad drop. A security guard is secure things. So you got to be your own security guard. You can't have that. That's a madness. You made a security guard throw water on you.
I can't afford to have my credentials.
Wait a minute. How are you going to get your credentials? Wait one second. How are you going to get your credentials revoked if you had a stern word with someone? Not advocating violence. You took it on yourself to have a stern word with that person.
I couldn't have a stern word with a person who threw water and ran out the curtains behind the back.
He walked away. I've seen the video.
Walked away.
He walked away. Hey, what? Ness, I gotta go get my son. But we're gonna have this conversation because I'm saying that's a punk move, rude boy. That could never happen in London.
Yo,
never.
MTK Global sponsorship.
Set him up for Border Wars. Tell him like you said, the streets of London is running rampant right now. We should settle it in the ring.
Nah, brother. All I'm saying, you can't settle it in the ring because it's security guard. But
why not? He's a man.
Brother. All I've got to say is this because you were there with Boxing Blue Blood as well, yeah?
Nah, not there with him. Stop with this. That's my man.
No. Seriously, I'm telling you this now. You come across like a punk. I'm just all I'm saying.
Listen, man. Nothing I can do about that, but learn from it.
Oh, okay, you learn from it. So it's okay for someone to squirt water on you and you just hold it down to be a punk.
Yo, it's absolutely not okay. But
I
gotta think of, the greater good of the business.
No, brother. No,
Spencer, speaking of the greater good of the business, don't forget to reach out to MTK Global for us.
On social media, then you doing nothing because the general consensus, hey, little man, I just got my son now, right? So I'm saying the general consensus, one second. The general consensus is that, you know what I mean? The boxing voice are punks. That's the general consensus now.
Hold on.
That's okay.
Oh my dog, whoa.
Disgusting.
Catch me outside.
Right now.
Nah, it's okay.
And you got to ask yourself, would they have done it to any other reporter? So why would he feel brave enough to do it to you?
Because I get under people's skin. And he was, listen, he had to do that. He had to do that because no other reporter is going to ask the questions that I'm asking.
It's because of that then. I
he
didn't see that bit. All I
reacted-
saw is the man squirt water on you and walk away.
He reacted off of my questions. He's supposed to be AJ's security guard for Matchroom. I'm interviewing Anthony Joshua about the allegations that Big Baby and Dillian White are making. It's not Nesta Gibbs with the accusations.
Okay, so why
of
did he throw water on
PEDs.
you then?
Because he turned around and said, "You have the worst questions. You're horrible." And he and
Okay.
so
okay.
So
All right, so it's okay. So I'm saying it's okay to throw water on someone.
no, it's absolutely not okay. It's
Okay.
absolutely not okay.
So-
but that's him.
so- and
That's
so
how
you
he
took it.
that's how
Brother,
he
come on,
reacted.
man.
That's how he
Come on.
reacted. That's how he reacted, not me.
Okay. Right, but he reacted it, but you did nothing about it, bro.
Nah, I chose not
No,
to
but
do
you know
nothing.
you did. What you did, you was like a school child. You put your hands up. I said, "Oh, sir, Eddie, he threw water on me. He threw water on me, Eddie."
Yeah,
That's punk.
because
That's
Eddie,
punkish.
that's Eddie's security guard. That man should
No,
be
but-
fired.
So regardless of that, wait, it's Eddie's security guard. Eddie Hearn is still a man of reason. If he was to complain and say, "Right, this man threw water on me," which you did, right? But if you used to complain properly, you're saying you're thinking of the greater good. Just what we're doing is this. And I've noticed this a lot with certain people, right? They compromise who they are because they're saying, "Well, I don't want to ruffle feathers, so I get thrown out of places, and it's got to be bigger than this, and blah 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 blah, and all the rest of it." Yeah, we do not get anywhere by conforming and substituting our own moral pride.
I'm not conforming. I'm
You
allowing
did.
myself. I'm allowing myself to be at every event and continue to apply the pressure that only I
brother,
apply.
brother, it's cool. It's cool. But at the same time, someone can throw water on you and you can't do nothing about it.
I mean, it's not up to me. It's not up
What do
to
you mean
me.
it's not up to you?
That's
Brother,
not.
let me
That's
tell
not
you
my.
this.
Event. That's not my event. That's not my event.
All right, I'm gonna ask you this: if you saw me being somewhere and someone threw water on me, yeah, and you saw it, someone threw water on me, would you say, "Ralph Spencer, that's a bit of a punk. You're a bit of a punk."
Spencer, it's a barrier right there, and cops like right there at the exit, man. Like, where you want this to go?
Mike.
It all depends.
Come on, man. Like, hey, if we outside, like, if we on the street and you throw water on me, then it's a whole nother story.
To
But we
be
in the
fair,
arena, but yeah.
there was like 6
Come on,
security guards
man.
that did run up though.
Come on, man.
I don't need help. Spencer Fearon has not been in any altercation physically in New York City or anywhere in the United States to talk like that. Me, on the other hand, I have. You will be arrested, Spencer. This isn't a thing. This isn't a thing where Matt, excuse me, because you're talking without knowing. This isn't a thing about Matchroom. Let me finish, Spencer, so you can listen and understand.
Listen to me.
Oh, now you don't want to hear. Now you don't want to hear.
No, I don't want to hear it. You know why?
Why?
Because you know I'm just teasing. I'm just
I
like
hear
teasing.
you, but you still need to understand. It's
All right,
America
let me
over here.
understand this. Let me
It's
understand that.
There was New York City police officers in Madison Square Garden, not just MSG security and not just Matchroom security. Okay, it was a lot more than that.
Yo.
Yeah, you connected to your car.
Ness, I've lost you, man. Sorry.
I'm gonna jab you, Spence, talking about you lost me.
There we go, man. There you have it. Spencer Fearon, Watergate Part 2. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Coming for Ness.
Hey, listen, man. It is what.
Catch me outside, dog. Catch me outside.
It was fun though. It was fun.
If you tough in here, man, you should be extra tough outside. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, bro. None of these dudes been in no fights in America.
Ain't nobody been in prison. Ain't nobody been in jail. I don't want to hear about shit. If you ain't motherfucking dead, no time. Don't talk to me about shit.
You going straight to Central Brook and you throw a punch inside Madison Square Garden. Let me go to R&V. Talk to me.
Yeah, man.
What's up, R&V?
Yeah, you know, I love that violent shit, but Ness, you know, from another nigga to bro, don't let them soup your head up. Because one thing I know about New York, when you fuck up in one venue, they talk to the rest of the venues and they ban you from them venues.
Yeah.
So you know, they even got like, you know, I mean, I know it's a different type of topic, but they got this thing called hip hop police. Unless you have a fight in just one club, they won't let you perform in none of them clubs. So that's the last thing you need is the name TBB to be banned over some water. Now you could do stuff later, you know, when y'all in the alley, you push, you know, look, but you can't just outright hop the gate while doing the interview, because then everybody gonna think that all you got to do is some finesse and get them kicked out. But don't let them soup you up. It ain't that
Bro,
serious.
I would have jumped that barricade. All those cameras would have been on me, and I would have just been labeled the retard. Man, get the fuck out! I'm not doing no dumb shit. And then on top of being labeled the retard, and all the videos on YouTube of me looking stupid, hemmed up by MSG and New York City police, I'm also getting locked up.
Court fees.
Got it.
Yeah, court fees too, homie. Don't get court fees.
My card is in the parking lot.
Yeah, about to get tagged. You got probation fees now too, because you got assault. You know what I'm saying? You got to hire your lawyer too if you don't want a public defender.
Be even more reason
Exactly.
why
That's the perfect excuse to say that I can't get to the event because I was the guy that acted like an idiot, acted, like a fool. Why would I do that? Not be allowed?
You did what like proper British people do, right? You issued a challenge to Neil. If he want to meet you in the ring, meet me in the ring, big dog. Like, what's up? We can do it June 1st. You'll be here. You'll be here. Us occurring AJ Nuts.
I'll use my boomerang.
Let's go.
That's typical UK shit. Through water. They threw.
You right.
Listen, I'm not Deontay Wilder. They threw a pint of beer on Deontay Wilder.
They asked for a picture.
This is what they do over there, man.
But no, let me say real quick question. I don't know if you've seen the interview I put in that post, but how crazy was it for them to have the hype video for the Wilder Fury 2 that same morning he announced that? Now that's the worst champion to me.
Yeah, but I don't know if we could believe Brandon Schwab's or whatever.
But he's inside Showtime.
Man, that nigga been so wrong on a lot of shit, my nigga. I don't want to hear shit from Brendan Schwab. He don't know shit about
Conor
boxing.
was gonna beat Mayweather. That's when
This nigga know shit about boxing, bro.
Bye.
He just one of those guys that got a platform because he's popular.
Conor was gonna beat Mayweather.
No, he did not say that. But look, I don't mean
shit. Yes, he did.
He did, bro.
Yes, he did. That's how he got all this Showtime stuff because of the Conor fight, pretty much.
Say what? No, he ain't lying.
That's crazy. How the fuck he said that? Man,
Pick Conor to beat Floyd, get your own TV show. Hey, man.
He got his own TV show, bro. What up?
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yo, what's good, TBV? All right. I just want to, because with this whole situation going, a lot of people are seeming to forget the real situation at hand. WBC ordered Brazil and White to fight when Brazil is already the mandatory. The fight's not happening. Wilder's going to fight Brazil, who's mandatory. Dylan White is ranked number 1 in the WBC, but he's never fought an eliminator bout. So therefore, he cannot be given the mandatory status without fighting an eliminator bout. Tyson Fury just pulled out of a fight with Deontay Wilder. So the WBC is not going to order Tyson Fury versus Dylan White as a title eliminator bout. So the next person up is yet again Luis Ortiz. Now, I want everybody listening to remember the WBC has ordered Dylan White to fight Luis Ortiz twice in 2018, and he has ducked both times. Where in 2019, Ortiz just looked like crap, supposedly, in his last fight. He's a year older. I want everybody to White will duck Luis Ortiz again, and you guys will justify it. You guys have spent the last 2 days trashing and making fun of Luis Ortiz. Now, I want you guys to start preparing your excuses for when this bitch-ass nigga Dylan White ducks him again, because he will. The guy that you guys gas up and you guys want to see Wilder fight, he don't want to fight nobody. He's a pussy. But you guys gas him up and you guys try to trash Luis Ortiz. But guess what? You will see White duck him again. That's my call.
Cut it.
I agree with him, though. I agree with him.
Unfortunately, Stunner, your emotion allowed it got the best of you, and like towards the end, your call was very muffled. But we got the gist. We did get the gist. Listen,
I think Dylan White takes that fight like that, knocks Ortiz out, then makes his campaign for
Mike. White does not take that Ortiz fight. If you listen to how White talks about every single heavyweight, the only thing he said about Ortiz is, What has Ortiz got to offer? He doesn't speak English.
If
It's
any
reason for not
man
taking.
can get it,
No,
then
that's
he can
that's
get
absolutely
Ortiz.
no. The fight he wants, the fight he
So
wants
you
is
saying a British
Brazil.
man is lying? So
No.
he's
I'm just
lying.
saying that he doesn't want the Ortiz fight, and it's very clear. It's okay not to want the Ortiz fight. I also believe that Eddie Hearn had something, I don't know, some form of influence potentially over the fact that Ortiz never actually was taken out of one ranking of one governing body, but not the other over the same allegation. I also think there's something to do with something shady happened there. But let's call it what it is. Like Dillian Whyte, if Dillian Whyte is offered, Ortiz just finished fighting. Dillian Whyte wants to fight July 13th. He said it in an IFL interview. There is guaranteed they have what 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, about 3 months to make that fight. Dillian Whyte wants a 13-week camp, 12-week camp, so he has about a month to make that, less than a month to make that fight essentially. Dillian Whyte does not want Ortiz, and that's okay. Ortiz would beat Dillian Whyte, in my opinion. So he doesn't want Ortiz.
I feel you. Hey, I feel you. I got some super chats that I want to.
Free smoke, free smoke.
Let it up. Let's see it.
Because that's super chats. When you a fucking Dillian Whyte fanboy, now you want to go to super chats. When he's saying he'd get knocked out by Luis Ortiz, now you want.
Oh, he said he get knocked out. I wasn't really listening.
Oh,
please, that nigga would not. Bro, look here. Based off what we seen in the Hammer fight, you know, I know, Dillian Whyte would toast that brother. Say it ain't so.
Based on what? But Mike, you're only as good as your last fight, no?
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so how did Dillian Whyte look? Last time I
checked, Chisora was motherfucking like this.
Mike, let him talk.
Why you let me talk, nigga? I'm having a fucking argument.
You asked the question, and now you want to talk.
Y'all want a trio. Y'all want a trio. Okay, don't matter. 103. I'll still anyway. Don't matter. Nigga, layups. Layups all day.
Cut it. Damn, Mike, let the game talk.
Last time I checked, Derek Chisora was knocked the fuck out, sleep, mummified. Period. You can say, "Oh, Derek Chisora was knocked out. He was pushing Dillian Whyte back. He looked damn good. He looked damn good on the floor. Knocked the fuck out too."
Yo, who got beat?
And so, hey, man, matter of fact, big ups to fucking Dillian Whyte. You know why? After he knocked that whole ass nigga out, know what he did? That shit was fucking classic. That shit was classic. Nigga, that picture, that caption we had on IG, you know how many posts, nigga, how many likes that got?
I mean,
come on, man.
You gonna take this?
Come on, man.
Yeah, you getting
y'all think Ortiz gonna be white?
You know,
if anybody in the chat think Ortiz gonna be white, push Y. If you think in, push no.
Mike, you know what?
Let me know.
Mike, you know what's so crazy? Your boy Wilder himself has said Ortiz is a killer. I'm gonna give him that rematch. I think he's one of the most feared heavyweights in the division. He's the most feared heavyweight in the division, and you have the audacity to say that Dillian Whyte would beat this man, knowing that Dillian Whyte had 2 opportunities.
I know
he's had 2 opportunities to beat to take that fight. You know, he's had 2. It's not like this is new news.
I know after you fight Deontay Wilder and you get knocked the fuck out and you get stopped. You're not the same guy you once was, man. You're not.
So you think Dillian Whyte is the same guy after he was holding?
You're not the same guy you was.
Hold on. After Dillian Whyte was hanging onto the ropes when he got knocked out by AJ, you think he's the same guy?
Have you seen the transformation from Dillian Whyte from that press conference to now?
Against what top fighter did he do that? Against what top fighter did he do that, Mike? Against
let's say Parker. Did Dillian Whyte not look better against Parker than he did?
The Parker that did in the 12th round.
Did Dillian Whyte not have a better performance against Parker than AJ did?
Yeah, I agree.
All right then.
I agree.
So
however,
he's looking better
there's
and
a little
better.
asterisk there, Mike. There's a little asterisk there, Mike.
Because Parker went to around.
Parker was.
Oh my God.
Parker was not trying to do.
Parker ran around. He ran around the ring, okay.
Parker went into the White fight ready. Parker went into the White fight wanting to knock him out.
AJ a killer though. AJ not a killer?
No. I agree. AJ didn't have a good fight. It wasn't a good fight.
If you a killer, come kill me then, nigga. Cut the ring off.
I don't think it was a good fight, but Mike,
put your boxing skills together. Come on, man.
Mike,
Dillian Whyte is night and day from that first AJ fight. You know it and I know it.
Yo, Mike, since you
let me talk, Nate. I mean, fucking Ness.
Since you believe
Nate. I don't know why I call you fucking Nate.
Who the fuck is Nate?
I don't fucking know who Nate is.
Nate.
some UK bum probably. Some UK bum. Go ahead.
Mike, since you believe White would beat Ortiz, you need to make sure if that fight ever does happen, Dillian Whyte's going to keep running from it. But if that fight does happen, you need to put money on White. Put money on White.
I probably would. I probably will.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I won't.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Knockout.
We bet. He probably.
I'm a bet on the howl too. I'm a bet that he howl too. Big up Dillian Whyte, man. Come on the show, brother. Don't think
He's a
everybody
great
on the
fighter.
show hate you. Don't think everybody on the show hate you, bro. You got love somewhere.
Oh,
You feel
that's
me?
what you're doing. You're trying to make sure you get the interview.
I'm just doing something, being a team player.
I'm just. I got. Yo, let's go to Troy.
What up, Troy?
What's up, man?
What up, Troy?
So much emotion today. So much emotion.
Yo, boxing is passion.
It's passion, baby.
No, in your case, it's emotional because you don't study it.
Nigga, in my case, nigga, how about you get a case of beer and shut the
I
fuck
didn't
up?
say your name, Mike. Mike, I
Oh,
said
I'm sorry.
I didn't say your
Well,
name.
I retract that statement. You know, I apologize.
That's passion, right? There you go. See, that's the thing. You got to listen. And now you owe me 35 seconds or 40 or 50. I don't know, but listen to me, right? I don't know who keeps compare. You be talking about Wilder being the worst heavyweight ever. Technically, in this era, the era that he fights in, he is.
No, he's not, bro.
He is.
Y'all just hating ass niggas, man.
Well, Troy, you got to be clear.
Yes.
The quote is worst champion ever.
Okay, well.
So if you want to compare him
I
to
can't say
champions
that.
of this
I can't say that 'cause
era,
I've never seen every heavyweight.
no, I know. So if you want to compare him to
speak on that.
champions of this era, then you can
Because
compare him
this
to
is where he
champions of this
fights.
era.
This is where he fights, and it makes more sense. You can't make a big ass blanket statement like that because there's no way you can prove it. There's no way you can prove it. Okay. Now my point is, someone kept bringing up Marciano and all that. Here's the thing with y'all, and I'm gonna try to be as kind as I can because I study boxing and I actually listen when the elders speak to me. Marciano was never wild. Oh, you might say, okay, he did this and that wrong. His punches, he knew where he wanted to go. And all those old men he fought, if Jersey Joe Walcott were alive today, he would be undisputed cruiserweight and heavyweight champion. He was that good at what he did. He was what's called a cutie, and he can punch. None of these cats have the skill of Jersey Joe Walcott. And also, my final thought is, you cannot speak on history if you don't study history. So stop bringing up these guys' names if all you do is watch YouTube. Go out and you go to gyms and so forth, man. Go out and listen to your elders, man, and have them tell you the truth about these guys, man. Watch them too. Watch them because there's certain subtleties that you don't see. Wilder had 2 whole minutes to finish Fury, and the reason why he didn't finish Fury is because he put his head down and went wild. Wilder don't set nobody up to finish them. Once he hurts them, he just starts swinging, and then he takes them out. Show me a fight where he set somebody up to actually finish him. He jabbed and then he knocked them out. No, he just goes wild, catches him, fights over because the boy is blessed with a lot of God-given power. Thank you very much.
Hey, man, I want to address somebody in the chat real quick, Cersei. Yeah, I'm paralyzed talking like that, nigga.
Looks like Spence called back.
I was gonna say, bro, I got some. Well, boy, you lucky too, bro. I was finna kill this nigga in the chat.
You should have gone in. You should have gone, Mike. Should have done it.
Spence, you there? Hello, Spencer Fearon. Hello. In the meantime,
Man, back to the guy in the chat, bro. Yes, I'm paralyzed talking like this. I always talk like this, bro. Why would I change now? Anything that I ever wanted to do, I've been successful in, except one thing. Wanted to be the best basketball player in my high school, did that shit. Wanted to be one of the top 15 basketball players in the state when I graduated, did that shit. Wanted to nigga give me a fucking scholarship to go play basketball in college, did that shit. Wanted to goddamn me make it to the NBA, didn't do that shit. Got back in school, got my degree, did that shit. Got on the biggest podcast in the world and became one of the main contributors on this podcast, did that shit. So yeah, I talk grease because I know anything and everything that I want to do, nigga, I can do it. Unlike your bum ass. Next caller.
Wait, hold on. Let's before you go to the next caller, I think someone 2 calls ago said was quite interesting because the WBC could easily make the final eliminator for Wilder, Ortiz, who's ranked number 3, versus Dillian White, who's number 1. If they do say that Brazil is the voluntary, they could make that the final eliminator, no?
Yeah, and Brazil gonna say, nah. I mean, Dillian gonna say, why would I do that? He gonna say,
but even if
he gonna say, oh, WC jerked me around, bro, jerked me around. They protect the father.
Understand, but if they do that, and White doesn't take that fight, we have to put the same energy into White that we put into Fury when we say he ducked. That's facts.
But
in my opinion.
Like you might, because you're an AJ fan and AJ and White.
What's this got to do with AJ?
I just explained it. You might, because you're an AJ fan and AJ and White don't like each other, but other UK guys are going to protect White and say that it's the WBC protecting Wilder somehow. Let me get to some callers. I got a couple of boomerangers here. Let me go out to Texas.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to do, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me, because I'm a 54 pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
Yo, hope the audio good, man. I'm on Skype, and I'm driving, so
yeah, but you must be on speakerphone.
Well, I got my headset on because I'm driving right now.
But that headset cannot be connected. It ain't.
Yeah, it's connected. What do you mean?
Disconnected.
It's horrible.
You sound underwater, JD. You sound like you doing your Miguel Cotto training for the Pacquiao fight in the pool in Florida right now.
Man, well, I just get back with you at a later date, man.
All right. Deej, hold on, baby. Hold on. I almost messed up.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, skip that on to them, boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy. Go suck out your mama bumbo. And give your father a body wash too. Where you want more?
My God, Deej, I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it.
That's his new intro now? Oh, snap. I didn't even know that was Deej.
You had to change it to some next UK grime thing there, but you know what? What's it called? When it comes to this whole subject about Wilder being the worst of an era, that's just a ridiculous statement. Wilder is an incredibly gifted heavyweight. I think once he's gone, we're going to start to appreciate how good he was. That style that he has, you cannot teach it, to be honest. That's it, but I think that's his only downfall. That style has many a flaw in it, but it works for him, and he keeps on giving us them bodies. So, you know what? It's a ridiculous statement coming from Bellew, who is more or less the overhyped cruiserweight. At the end of the day, he's like a shadow of a guy like Usyk, realistically. So, it's a nonsense statement for me. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. See you in a bit. Bye.
Yo, we got 452 watching on YouTube, 182 thumbs up. Come on, y'all. No shoplifting. Like what you're hearing, smash that thumbs up button, man. Let's go ahead and push it to about 300. Let's go.
That's right, man. Help us get that water sponsor.
Aquafina.
hey, Spence, what's up? You just stalking?
What's up with that MTK Global sponsor, Spence?
I don't know if he knows he's connected. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect him then, in case there's something on over there. You know, just ain't right. Have him there. Javier Boomerang.
I'll take it.
Even though you had like half a call and 3/8 and shit.
It's love, baby. It's love. It's cool.
Javier becoming a legend, man.
A legend?
Hey. Yeah, I'm a legend. Bruh, somebody said Wilder never set up a knockout in any of his fights. I think that was Troy. Who said that. Troy, I hate when you talk about the elders because you make me think you talking about like Power Ranger shit. I don't know what you got going on, but that's a lie because he said Spilker dumb ass up. Spilker threw that punch and Wilder damn near decapitated him. If you tell me he didn't set that up, that's a lie.
Damn
That
right.
wasn't set up. I don't know what the setup is.
Planet that nigga.
Yo, ever since Akan came on the show, Elm's been ducking the show.
Man,
Elm doesn't want none of that smoke. He doesn't want none of that smoke.
Elm don't ever call anymore, man.
I mean, to be fair,
I've been asking Elms to call in as well.
To be fair to Elms, he's a mobster, so he do all kind of shit during the daytime. You got to go collect. You know what I'm saying? The money.
He ain't doing nothing, Mike. He's in the chat. He's in the chat. He's got time to be talking.
You keep fucking with him, you want to.
He's talking in the chat.
And I'm gonna come see you, nigga. South London in this bitch.
That mobster money.
Hey,
He said he been
I mean,
three.
I mean, he can come through.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, you and Elms in the same area though. Y'all can get that shit popping.
That's what I'm saying.
Why you trying to put somebody off, nigga? Who called you out, nigga? Don't put him off on Amps, nigga. He called you out, homie. He called Javier name.
What did Montana Love say,
He ain't
man?
coming over here. Con ain't coming over here. He just talking.
Stop promoting that
I
violence in
said
the
they
UK
can get it on in
streets.
the ring though.
Why you ain't tell nigga Spence that, nigga?
They can do it in the ring.
Coming out this to you.
I did tell
I gotta fight
that.
No, you didn't.
I got
I
6
did.
calls. I can't fight everybody.
You said, nah, you didn't say stop promoting violence, Spence.
That's what I said. I said, Spence, you just was out here talking about stop promoting violence in London. Get Neil in the ring with me. That's what the fuck I said. Fuck you.
My bad, bro. Why you all defensive?
Cause you out here like, you know.
Your face all scrunch up and shit, nigga.
Out here lying on my name, fam. Lying on my name.
That nigga had the scrunchy face. He was so mad.
I didn't lie on you. What I said next?
Ain't I talking to your ass, bro? Damn, you ain't that important no more, Javier.
Javier.
Your legend,
Javi, come on, man. Come on.
your legend status is gone.
Let me be here.
You a regular nigga.
Yo, we gotta go to Jay Hardcore. Why you being
I'm the fifth
greedy?
host, baby. Keep talking.
Why you being greedy? Yo, Jay Hart. Oh shit, look.
You gotta give Jay his intro.
Hey, hold on, bro. Who was that Irish nigga you had on, bro? Nigga just kept on talking out of nowhere. Like, who
was that?
No, he ain't say out of nowhere. He said one thing.
No, he said 3. He was
said,
speaking like 3 times.
About 3 times.
He spoke 3 times.
He is. Yo, honestly, I don't know him or I don't remember him, but his name is BB.
Let's just pull a nigga off the street on this motherfucker. Hey, bro,
I can't get on.
What you doing? Are you doing something right now, bro? Come on with us, bro. Come on.
Trials.
It don't even matter, bro.
Secret
Now,
trials.
you can be eating goddamn me breakfast at Starbucks, nigga. Hey, bro, do you know boxing? Boxing, your gloves?
Mike. So for the future, just so I know, for the future, if Spence like that just calls in out of nowhere, he just want to chat boxing with us, should I answer his call privately and let that be the only call on Skype be transmitted to the show, or should I merge his call with everyone else?
Why you trying to get all technical with me, bro?
Because
I'm just joking with you, man. Damn, you come with the fucking logistics and should I put Skype on? Should I add niggas to Skype? Do what you been doing. Do what you been doing. Shit.
That's what I did. And
Hey.
that's why
Tomorrow,
he did.
and tomorrow, y'all, we're gonna have Ness Barber on. He gonna be giving advice about boxing too, my nigga.
Nah. I know who we are gonna have on.
Then we had the mailman on Friday, y'all. Fuck with everybody.
Beyonce Productions.
Jay Hardcore Boxing. You know shit about boxing.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Okay.
Their family.
Jay.
What's good, Jay Hardcore?
What's up with y'all? So good. Hey, I guess I was missing something. So Javier and Ness supposed to be getting it on in Dallas?
Yeah, we gonna spar.
We gonna spar, man. See how long it lasts. These niggas ain't been doing no in shape shit. Neither one of them. Never worried about breathing and shit.
So Javier
Yo, Mike
working out
funny
now?
as hell. Mike funny as hell. I'm
My
in
nigga said I wasn't gonna ask me a ton of love about the breathing. I just want to see how he breathed when he in the ring.
the glove on. I'm hitting Mike. That's all everybody needs to
Oh
know.
shit.
Once I got the glove on, he open season.
I just ordered me a nightstick, nigga, last night for all you niggas. And
You said a nightstick?
Goddamn right, nigga. We going all out, nigga.
Hey, that Bellew, what Bellew said was some bull, yo. Because he the same cat that was saying that he wouldn't face Wilder whatsoever. He said he gave Wilder a hug, and that single moment changed his entire outlook on facing Wilder. He said, I was happy to face him at first, but then he hugged me and slapped my hands, and I just knew at that point that I would never want to fight him. I mean, now he going to talk about how Wilder is the worst champion ever. I mean, that nigga just a nut hugger, yo, for real. He just on Joshua hard as a motherfucker.
That's it, bro. He love AJ.
Room, yo, for real. They need to get a room, yo, for real. I mean,
I would never fight AJ. He's my friend.
Right. I mean, you're a cruiserweight, man. So cruiserweights look to fight heavyweights and shit, man. And that's the top motherfucking bill of money that you can ever get, and you won't fight AJ? Man, that's some cornball bullshit, yo.
And last time I checked, nigga, you got knocked out by a cruiserweight, nigga, in your last fight.
Ooh, viciously too, didn't he? You know what I mean?
Night,
So,
nigga. They got a lot of motherfucking likes on the IG page, a lot of views.
yeah, it's a Bellew. He's just a professional nut hugger, man. That's all he is, man. Listen here, man. It's always a pleasure. I'm on my way down to DC to put that work in for TBV. And
who you going to see, Big Dog? Let the people know who they can look forward to see coming on the page from J Hardcore.
Well, I'm on my way down to the Peterson workout down in DC right now, the media workout. So Anthony Peterson is also on that particular card. And, you know, whoever else there, you know, I'm going to put that mic in their face, too. You know how we get down around here. Nobody's exempt as long as they fight. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did Amir Mansour last night. And we also got Hank Lundy. Hank looking real good, too. He fight on the 15th on the undercard of Tevin Farmer. So all that stuff should be coming up soon. So, you know, just keep plugging in and checking out the all that shit will be there. J Hardcore, I'm out.
Hey, yeah, real quick, we have a scheduled guest tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Virgil Hunter, the trainer of Andre Ward, and I believe he's back training Amir Khan. Is he run or he's
correct? Not? Amir Khan and Virgil Hunter are reunited.
And it feels so good. So yeah, look forward to that tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I already got them scheduled. So yeah, we out here working. Hopefully we can schedule somebody in the 9:30 slot.
Let's get out to Joseph Mastermind. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. How can Bellew be talking, man? He been getting his ass knocked out since he was at light heavyweight, and couldn't win a world title until he went to cruiserweight when there was nobody there with a pulse. People forget, like he was only beating guys like BJ Flores, who a lot of people didn't even know until PBC had him on as an announcer. So that's just pure hate, man. Pure hate for Wilder. I mean, if you really want to talk about the worst heavyweight champions of era, I mean, even recently you had Charles Martin as a former world champion. You know, he seems to forget that AJ bought that belt. But it's just pure hate, man. All these UK.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Most of these UK dudes are the same. You know what I'm saying? They're all the same. They just want to hate, but they ain't ready to get in the ring. Last time, Bellew's biggest win was over a one-legged David Hay.
Yeah, both times. Joseph, man, we got 10 days, brother. How your little bro looking, man? How we looking out here now?
We're looking good. We're looking good. He's feeling good. Like I said, we're finna taper down probably end of this week. Don't want to overtrain him. Don't want to give him too much. And we're ready to go. We're ready for next Friday, man. We're ready to get in there, see what he got, see how our game plan and how the hard work puts together. Hopefully it comes out good. But we'll see, you know what I mean? Only thing I can say is we've been putting in the work. There's never no excuses on our end. If you're gonna beat us, you got to beat us at our best, and that's gonna be easy to do. Looking forward to it. So now I hear that Ness and Javier gonna spar.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now that's gonna be a good one to see. Oh well. But yeah, most definitely, man. We're ready to get down there and have a good time in Dallas. Go check out the fights and hang out with all the people. It's gonna be nice to meet all you guys. You know, we text and stuff all the time, so it's gonna be cool meeting all you guys. But that's my call.
It's gonna be definitely good to be meeting all you guys in the B&B chat, the pre-pro chat, and the fucking Border Wars chat. Man, looking forward to it. We got another. We got whoa. We got a motherfucking Border Wars contestee super chat. Big up for my guy Anthony Edwards, man. He says, Mario, wherefore art thou Mario? Also, we got one from DH. Get this clown Spence off the phone. Damn. We got one from Pheno 16 Villa. What up, TBV? Keep killing that shit. I got Mikey. We got another one from Troy Graham. Down goes Nestor. Down goes Nestor. And another one. And one more from Troy Graham. He ain't say nothing, just showing love. Big ups to you, Troy Graham.
All righty then. Rue, talk to me in the 504.
Brother, what's going on this morning?
What up? What up?
I read the article, and it really seems like he's criticizing Wilder's technical skills as being the worst of all time. I think that I don't completely disagree with those comments, but saying he's the worst of all time, I think that's landed on a little bit too thick. I've seen far worse people that have held the belt. It definitely sounds like he's hating a little bit. And when we look at Usyk's, the last
name a heavyweight right now that got a better 1-2 than Wilder.
That has a better 1-2 than Wilder.
1-2, jab, right hand down the middle.
I think Wilder's more of a one punch kind of guy. I've really never seen him set up.
Did he knock out Luis Ortiz with an uppercut? When he fought Chris Arreola, was he not throwing hooks and uppercuts in that fight, even though he had an injured bicep?
When he gets a fighter hurt, he just starts swinging for the fences. So I mean,
who give a damn? When he hurt, nigga, he days. It's time to get him up out of there. But before he gets somebody hurt, how is that technical? How's that jab coming out? That jab coming out like a goddamn piston. Pop, knock a nigga head back. Come on, man, what's going on, bro? Y'all, I feel what y'all saying, coming in and saying
Let
that
my
he might
man
not
talk, Mike.
Nah, he don't deserve to talk.
Bro,
I'm
just saying he's not the best technical fighter. That's a fact. He does have crazy power, but I'm not expecting him to outbox someone for a win. That's all.
Mike is gone, man.
But anyway, that's my call. It's Mardi Gras. I'm about to go out here and get fucked up. You guys have a good day.
All right, brother. Well, enjoy.
That nigga said it's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, he said it's home.
Yeah.
Now, really, it's 10 o'clock where he at.
Shout out to JD, say he's going to be in whoever's corner. But JD, you talking about being in whoever's corner for the June event, or are you going to be in Dallas as well? But yeah, I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs, Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Worst champion of all time. Highly doubt it. The man's undefeated, and it's not a race; it's a marathon.
You can find me. You can find me at Ronji FIQ. Check out the YouTube, tons of videos, and support us on Patreon and everything else Mike's gonna say.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. Yeah, just to support us by hitting that thumbs up button or going to ThaBoxingvoice.com and clicking on one of those affiliate sponsors link and use that link to do whatever you got to do through that link. Also, hopefully we'll be back today. If not, then when you catch us on Patreon at 1 o'clock, we'll be doing a Border Wars film study. I forgot who we're doing today, but we will be doing a Border Wars film study.
And we got, did we do Anthony? We didn't do Anthony, did we?
No, not yet. So we'll
do Anthony?
Yeah. We did do Anthony. Absolutely, we did do Anthony.
We didn't do Cruz.
We didn't do Cruz. Yeah, we did do Cruz.
We did one Cruz fight.
Yeah.
Did you do Jose?
We could do Jose's second fight and Cruz's other fight. And we could also review some of the new guys, like introduce, go through their videos, and you guys, give your reactions, to their introduction videos and stuff like that.
Sounds good to me. Okay.
Yeah, it's been another good one, guys. A lot discussed. Great calls as well. Yeah. So we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully Elms will, grow some balls and, finally call in. He's been hiding a bit. But yeah, catch you on the next one, guys.
It's funny, they say that you're hiding. You never answer any of the FaceTime calls.
I've never got a FaceTime call though.
Oh, you must need to upgrade your phone then, because we do.
Oh no. I haven't updated it though, so I don't have the group one yet because the update's just slow my phone
What
down.
iPhone do you have? Like an iPhone 4?
Oh, he's got an iPhone too. That's
No, 7.
Ooh, all right. There you go. Now we know.
Peace.